Oh, we're doing
Hello,
the
hello.
same thing.
Yeah, we're matching in too. All right, so got a hot topic tonight. Well, a couple of hot topics. We're just going to kind of wait for a few people to get in. If you're watching this after the fact, not when it's no longer live, I am going to put a link or put a timestamp down in the description below for when we really get things kicked off, so that in case you don't want to watch us say hello to everybody. Sean, Sharon, Kate, you made it. Welcome,
hey,
guys.
Kate, how are you? Kate's already on the moderating.
Yep. That's why we love us some Kate. Organic Raw Roots Farm, welcome. I don't know if you could hear the coffee pot in the background. It's not. We're kind of running late tonight. Didn't have the coffee made on time.
Well, Kate, do what you can.
Salon
if you can't
Grove Gardens,
stay the
welcome.
whole time, we definitely understand.
Yep, and we are going to add you. Well, we already have, but when you're on our prayer list, Kate. Amy, I keep hurting myself. I need to be put in the prayer box.
You got it.
I'm sorry to hear that. That's Terry, right? Now, how do you spell your name, Terry? Is that with a Y or an I or an I-E?
I guess T-R-R...
Hey, Henry, your
T-R-R-Y.
Henry's comments aren't being held anymore. That's cool.
Wow.
I don't know what you did to please the censors.
Oh, it is with an I. I thought it was with a Y.
Hey, Freaky Geek.
Man, I was wrong.
So y'all excuse me just a second. Can you keep it going? I'll get us some coffee.
You want me to fix coffee?
Well, if you want to. Okay. How to Garden, welcome. So it's all on me, the pressure. The pressure. Dawn Goff, welcome, girl. Oh, she put a carrot and coffee. And goats and bees. Who broke the coffee? Freaky Geek says, why is the coffee broken? Why does it need fixing? Southernisms are so weird. Sonny's Place, welcome, Emma.
I wanted to fix the coffee because you never fixed mine right.
I never fix coffee right. So, hey, Mama Z. So we have our niece is here with us, the one that Amy has agreed to homeschool. And so she's here with us for the week, just kind of getting used to it and all. So Abby is with her watching a movie right now. So Abby, she may pop in at some point, but she won't be here for the whole live stream tonight. Kate says, Amy and Brett, I'm walking slowly and with a decided limp, but I was determined to make it today. I might not get to stay for the whole show, but will stay as long as I can. Well, we appreciate anything that you can do, Kate. We always do. Hey, Christy Betts.
For even being in here.
What?
I should fuss her for even being in here.
Yeah, I know.
Because she should be resting.
I know. But you know what? That's Kate. You can't stop her.
That woman is the Energizer Bunny, I'm telling you.
We learned that pretty matter-of-factly when she visited our kitchen. So how has everyone's week been? I worked some overtime. I got 48 hours worth of overtime. And
yeah, Brett's been working extra. I've been dealing with all the homestead stuff inside and out.
Hey, Bill.
And this week I started homeschooling Rayleigh, so it has been a very, very busy week.
Up and down week. Kate with the dad jokes. Now, when I say that I worked 48 hours of overtime, that means I was at the firehouse for an extra 48 hours. When I say I'm working, I'm just on duty. I'm not really like getting after it working. So just to be fair, waiting on tropical storm hurricane.
Yes,
oh,
she's in Florida.
Yeah. How do you even say that hurricane's name?
I haven't even
starts with an
tried.
I. I don't.
It. I heard it on the news, and I can't even repeat it right. Yeah, Sean's been getting it up there in Alaska. I've been catching some of your Facebook videos as I can, but I definitely try to keep up with your Facebook photos.
Working in the office for the last 2 weeks. Sean, you work in a grocery store. Tell us what that's like right now up in Alaska. Are you seeing shortages? We try not to visit the grocery store if we don't have to.
If there were fires for that whole time, you would be working, so that counts.
That is true. We're seeing shortages for whatever reason. Rotel and the off-brand
Tomatoes, any kind of tomatoes.
the off-brand tomatoes with green chilies. They're little to nothing on the shelves. Pronounce it like Isaiah with an S. Isaiah. Okay. Except when Amy needs more meat to can. Yeah, right.
Well, I was.
On that note.
Yeah, we were able to get pork steaks, pork roasts.
Picnic roasts.
Yes.
Bone in, skin on.
59 cents a pound. So, and they were a twin pack, so I picked up 3 of the twin packs.
So they gave us about 60 pounds that we paid for.
Yeah.
And then of course we lost some weight in the skin and fat, and which we didn't take all the fat off, of course.
Right.
And the bones.
But the bones were saved for bone broth.
Right.
So we didn't lose that.
Mary
They
Beth.
just in a different way, I guess. But we took one of the packs and we ground it all up, and we made breakfast sausage and Italian sausage.
Mm-hmm.
One of them we
It is a great price.
cut up and put into freezer bags
As stew meat.
as stew meat.
Mm-hmm.
I was getting there.
Okay.
And then the other 2 packs I have canned. All of it.
Thanks to Kate for that knowledge.
You're gonna go
Hidden
use the
Valley
bone broth for
Homestead, you
dog
made it
food.
after
Yes.
all.
Well, I can the bone broth when I make it. I can it, and I can either use it for dog food, or I can use it for people food. I can use it for whatever.
Be sure and put Hidden Valley on the prayer list.
Yeah.
Do we clip coupons? We do not. Nope. And
Scott with 1 T.
Bill, you're close enough, and anybody else who's local who may be behind the scenes watching, that sale that we found was at Piggly Wiggly in Jennings.
Yeah.
Well, it's now Lion's Mark, but it's the same store. And they don't have limits on their sales.
No, it's great. Like Market Basket, which is one of our local grocery store chains, they'll do sales like that, but it's like limit 1 with a $10 purchase, or things like that. So I end up having to send Brett to go get $10 worth of stuff and a roast, and then I'll send Abby to get $10 worth of stuff and a roast, and I'll pick up $10 worth of stuff and a roast.
Trying to use up some sweet corn right now, so it's sweet corn for dinner tonight.
I think you have room in your freezer for a haul for me too. The sale ended. It is over.
Yeah, it ended Tuesday.
Tuesday, yeah. But I will keep an eye out, and when they run it again, because every once in a while they do that, they'll run it like that, and if they hit it again, then yeah.
Well, we have to start diminishing what we have in the freezer to make room for the meat chickens that are going to be, the beginning of October? We're going to be butchering meat chicken. We're expecting those to come in next week, right?
Yep.
In just a few days, actually. Hey, Pathways Homestead. And we're buying in for that half a hog, too, so we're going to make room for that.
Yep.
That butcher is probably going to be December, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll pick up the other stuff when I come to help the meat chickens. Okay. If I can hit another sale, I'll let you know, and definitely pick up some extra. Not a problem. No dehydrator. My dehydrators have been running overtime. We have been dehydrating celery that I got on sale, and green onions from the garden, I've done Swiss chard. I've done spinach, Malabar spinach, but spinach.
I just want
What
to
else
say,
did I dehydrate?
Scott, I am glad you're here, but don't you dare prioritize our live stream over what else you've got going on. And you know what I mean.
I'm hang drying some basil. I did.
Oh, that's cool.
I dehydrated basil. Why does yours do that?
It's a setting.
So unset it.
Off Kilter Homestead. What's up, Hoss? I mean, do you want me to? I can.
Not right now, but
Okay.
you need to do
That
that.
iPad is so slow. That's an iPad 2 from like 1987.
It's
Not really.
not.
Gary and I have been canning blackberry jam and cabbage. Not together, right? No, just kidding. But that sounds so good.
Not
Blackberry
together.
jam. Well, actually, I prefer blackberry jelly, and just as my godfather would say, I don't like the wooden seeds. I have bad teeth. I have cavities, so like blackberry seeds are not my friend.
I just don't like the seeds. No, like strawberry seeds don't bother me.
No, they don't bother me either. They're not as hard as blackberry seeds.
Yeah, the blackberry seeds are pretty tough.
Need blackberries to make jelly.
Oh,
Hey,
blackberries
Patty,
are
the tinker's
everywhere
wife.
around here. Our
Hey, Rachel
blackberries are
Rumbo.
done though. Our blackberries are done.
Oh yeah, they're all done. Most everything is done. What is up, Tyler? Let's talk about prepping.
Blackberry jelly. Strain the juice through a jelly bag, so no seeds.
Right,
Yep.
right. It's been a long time since we've done any jelly or jam. We just don't.
No, because Katie moved.
Yeah, Katie was our jelly eater.
God, that kid could go through some serious
What's up, bub?
jelly.
Wayne and Susan West. If y'all don't know who that is
Grow where you're planted.
Grow Where You're Planted Homestead. Sorry, my brain fart. I have a
Oh,
question about
speaking
that.
of, yeah.
I have a question for Wayne and Susan West, because I think they're the only ones out of all of you who know our home address.
Well, other than Kate, but
Did you send this? This is a, what is it? Poultry fowl catcher. You gotta like catch them by the legs, I guess.
he said, sorry, wait,
I
sorry, gotta log out and back in.
Oh, see, growing up, I was the fowl catcher.
You still are.
Yeah, technically. If y'all saw that video.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much, Wayne and Susan. We appreciate that.
We got that in the mail, and it was.
The older I get, the less nimble I am. So.
Well, that thing
helps.
was like packaged. It looked like somebody folded up cardboard and then taped it up. I was like, there's nothing in it. It's just a piece of cardboard. What the heck? Well, when you finally opened it up, because it was taped pretty good, you know, it was like one of those things you don't want any kind of kid to get into. It had more tape on it than anything, than cardboard.
That should come in handy with all those meat chickens. That is so true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we opened it up. I was like, oh, I think I know where that came from.
Sounds like you need some yoga. Actually, that probably would help me. Today and yesterday, I have really been having trouble with my umbilical hernia, which is non-essential right now. So, unless it gets worse, then it could become an essential surgery. But so y'all, if you don't mind, keep me in your prayers for that. I'd appreciate it.
Yeah, he's been having a lot
Lonely
more trouble
Prepper
than he's
Homestead,
trying
welcome.
to let on, but
Yeah,
I've noticed.
It's getting tender. We started on our chicken tractor. It's a different design. We didn't like any of the ones that
you
we
wear
saw.
a wrap when it gets bad.
I have not. I thought about it though, because I don't have anything like that. I'm sure I could make something.
Wondering if I could find something on Amazon,
We need to look. Yeah.
like
I'm
a
sure-
girdle.
Well,
Sorry, I didn't mean it that way.
oh, that would be cool, Kate.
Oh, and Kate, I did send you the tracking number for your elderberry kits. I mailed those out yesterday. I just forgot to send you the tracking number until today.
Put in the mail tomorrow. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Okay,
Don't
so
overdo yourself, Kate.
we're 15 minutes in, over 15 minutes in. So we're gonna go ahead and
Cool.
hop into the first topic, which is basically the title of the show tonight. Does asking questions make you a conspiracy theorist? And for reference, I don't want you reading this because I want your reaction. That's why I gave you the.
So you put me with the slow chat.
What? Slow chat, not slow chatters. You guys are not slow.
Yeah, but see, I'm still in the bone broth comment.
Oh. Wow, it's that far back?
Look.
Dog food.
I don't know
Did it
what.
freeze up?
It might have.
Okay, well. No, it makes you intelligent. Right. And that's the idea here, is to promote critical thinking, not to cause arguments. And look, I'm doing this in such a way, I'm trying to keep the politics out of everything, guys, because that's just another way to divide us. This is just something to provoke your thoughts, and that's what I'm hoping the chat is going to be.
I really thought when I looked at that thumbnail that you made, I really thought that was you with an aluminum foil hat. That's why I asked you where you got the aluminum foil hat from, because I was going to fuss you for using my aluminum foil to make a hat just for a picture.
That's from the movie Signs. Okay, so anyway. So I've been...
Are we on the little chat bus?
Not attacked, but I've been somewhat ridiculed over the years with just being called a conspiracy theorist. People kind of shy away from me because
thanks for coming in, Sonny's place.
I like to dig deeper. Emma, have a good night.
It's a personal very cage
hey,
for your
Angela,
brain.
Sowing the Legacy. So
read Kate's post.
I miss it.
Right there.
Oh. So I got to thinking, how can I encourage other people, to participate in critical thinking as well? Well, I looked up. So I looked up, are there any conspiracy theories that ever came true or ever were
there's
proven?
Copper Kettle.
And hey, Copper Kettle. So yes, as a matter of fact, there are, and you're more than welcome to continue looking more into these. But lucky for you, I have prepared a list, and these are in no particular order. And if they apply to anything that is going on today, that is completely up to you to make that correlation. So I have it titled Conspiracy Theories That Prove to Be True. And the first one, and if you guys are critical thinkers already like I am, you probably know of quite a few of these. Project MK Ultra is the first one that I have on my list. It's also known as the CIA mind control program. Beginning in 1953, experiments were conducted on humans, masked as intelligence research. LSD, electroshock therapy, and hypnotism were secretly administered in an effort to create brainwashed assassins. This is proved. Naturally NC, welcome.
You're okay. Say hello.
Hello.
The next one on my list
Are you almost done with me? Or is it still
is...
It's okay.
okay.
Oh, that's Rayleigh, by the way. That's our niece. The next one on my list is Gulf of Tonkin. On August 2nd, 1964, the U.S. and North Vietnam engaged in combat in the Gulf of Tonkin. According to official reports, North Vietnam initiated another attack on August 4th, prompting retaliation by the U.S. But the second attack never happened. It was revealed in 2005 that then President Lyndon Johnson made the false claim to justify U.S. participation in the Vietnam War.
Wow.
Remember, these are conspiracy theories that were proven to be true. Operation Paperclip. This one's pretty popular, actually. Following World War II, 1,600 Nazi scientists were recruited by the U.S. to prevent their knowledge from going to the Soviets.
I understand Nazi soldiers also used oxys to numb them from what they were doing.
Not sure about that. I didn't find that in any research, but at this point, I don't doubt it. By the way, hello, Sean.
The other Sean.
Oh, yeah. So next on the list is CIA drug trafficking.
It was some of the scientists that were very involved in the space race.
Yes, exactly. Exactly. CIA drug
See, I
trafficking.
knew Kate would know stuff about that because David does a lot of research into that.
Right. In 1996, Gary Webb, an investigative journalist, exposed the CIA for putting cocaine in the hands of LA street gangs in the 1980s. Webb was discredited by newspapers influenced by the American intelligence to the point of taking his own life because his career was destroyed. 9 years later, the LA Times apologized for the attacks and admitted he was right. What happened?
Heirloom Permaculture said, have you seen...
Contagion.
Yeah.
Maybe a long time ago. I'm not sure. Rip Dynacola. I'm not sure if I'm saying that right, but hello and welcome to the show.
Yeah, see, Sean Alaska said that is correct. It made the German soldiers feel invincible. They would fight until they died.
Check out Anthony Patch. Yeah, we're making a list of things to look up. I appreciate your input.
Brett likes looking up weird stuff.
I do, because I don't always believe what I'm told. Next on the list
Heirloom Permaculture said, watch it now. We can't right now because we're kind of in the middle of something.
I don't think Gary Webb committed suicide, but that's just my opinion. Never know. And look, these are things that I looked up today. Some of these I had not even heard of before, so I'm just sharing what I found. That may be something for us to look even further into. You may be right. As a former member of the intelligence community, all I can say is you ain't seen nothing yet. And you know what? On that note, I guarantee you there's things that we will never know the truth on. So I appreciate everybody behaving in the chat because if the video gets demonetized, so be it. I just don't want it to be removed. So, Handmaid's Tale, I was watching that 2 years ago saying OMG, now I'm saying OMG. I'm not sure. Handmaid's Tale. I'm not sure the reference.
I don't know. I've seen it. I've seen like clips on it, but I've never watched the actual show.
Check out CERN. Yeah.
Heirloom Permaculture said Forward Observer YouTube channel.
I have done a lot of looking into CERN as well, but the things that I'm on my list tonight are ones that have been proven to be true. So that's not, at this point at least, that's not something.
Mind come in many forms.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Mind control can come in the form of emotional abuse. That's mind control. You know, that's a form of it.
Yep. Some of us conspiracy theorists are not as stupid as some people think we are.
Right.
I'm going to plug in my phone.
Oh, okay.
Because it's...
I'll wait till you come back because I want to see your reaction on some of these. I didn't even share these with Amy yet.
Well, some of these, like
targeted
missing a
ads
little
are
bit
mild
because
mind control. Truth. There's a reason why it's called programming.
I'm reading the chat too, so
Yeah.
multitasking, you know. My brain doesn't process everything all at one time.
All right, so the next one I have here is poisoned alcohol during Prohibition. In 1920, the U.S. made drinking alcohol illegal, Prohibition, and bootlegging made it still available. The U.S. government began adding toxins, including highly lethal methanol to alcohol in the mid-1920s, resulting in about 100,000 deaths.
That doesn't surprise me at all.
This one's kind of mild, but very offensive.
Psychic spies from China is a thing.
Rachel, don't get ahead of me.
Oh, I promise you that's on his list.
This
I
one,
promise you.
no one died in this one, but it's very offensive and it did hurt people. So, Canada's gaydar. In the 1950s, the Canadian government hired a university professor. Federal employees were gay. It was called, y'all, I'm not even joking. This is offensive and I'm sorry to say it. It was called the fruit machine. Many men lost their
Really?
jobs as a result of the testing. Yes. This was 1950s in Canada.
Wow. Your iPad is stupid.
Another one.
Just released by the CIA recently that tells about astral projection and remote viewing being completely real.
I think I saw something about that. We exist in a multidimensional universe. At this point, it is 2020, so. Okay, the next one is the one that Rachel kind of jumped the gun on. It's the Tuskegee experiment. From 1932 to 1972, 600 black men from Alabama were told they were being treated for bad blood by the Public Health Service. They were misled. They were given a placebo. Over the 40 years, 28 men died of syphilis and 100 more died from related causes. They weren't being treated. They were monitoring the progression of the disease is what they were doing. Eyes to see, welcome. Haven't seen you in a long
No,
time.
from what I've heard in that one is they were actually giving people the disease.
That's a different one. I'm getting to that one too. Next on the list is how it's not really put together like the others. It's just that tobacco, the dangers of tobacco and asbestos were hidden from the public for decades to protect.
And people wonder
money.
why I have a problem with vaccines. You're right.
I knew that one was coming. Epstein didn't kill himself. I can't argue with that.
Yeah, that's what Susan said. I think Amy was right about that. I think they were given the disease and then watched.
Not according to what I read, but that
Now,
fact may have
from
just
what
been
I've
missed.
heard is some of them had it and some of them didn't, and they were pretty much. Some of them were given it just to see how their body would react, and then told they were being treated for it.
Watch Suspect Zero. That's another movie based on a true story. Yo, we live in Louisiana has parishes. It's the same as counties. We live in Jeff Davis Parish, and
We live in Jefferson Davis.
Jefferson Davis Parish, but it's Jeff Davis for short. That's the mosquito truck.
Yeah. What
So-
makes changes to your DNA structure?
The the corona vaccine. Fauci said that. Fauci or Gates, one of them.
Yeah, Rachel said I'm right about the
Okay.
That's the thing.
Where was I going? Oh yeah, Jeff Davis. You may have heard of it before. You may have heard of the Jeff Davis 8. That was 8 unsolved murders that made national headlines.
I think I'm guessing, I don't know if that's Wayne or Susan, but it says dig deeper, Brett. Some were given the disease, and then they were all told they had a disease, and they were being treated, but all were only given a placebo.
Okay. All right. Thank you for that correction.
Yeah, I'm not against vaccines. Totally. I am against mixing of the vaccines because I've seen proof that mixing the vaccines is what's causing a lot of the issues with them.
I can promise you this. I'm not rushing out to get a rushed vaccine.
Oh, no. A COVID-19 vaccine would be... No.
No.
Okay. I don't take a flu vaccine because it's based on last year's flu. It has never kept me from getting the flu. So what makes me think it's going to keep me from getting this one?
Well, okay. Next on the list. Oh, wait. Hidden Oaks Homestead, welcome. Says Delcy just released.
Yeah, it sounds like a lot of the concentration camps here in World War II. Yeah. I will get the vaccine right after the flu shot. I never get a flu shot. Yep.
Yeah, you know what? It raised my eyebrows when the coronavirus first came to the United States and all these celebrity doctors were all over TV talking about get your flu shot, get your flu shot. If it's not the flu, why do I need my flu shot? I don't know.
Why is there an effort to discover a vaccine for an engineered virus? Isn't there usually an antidote as part of the engineering? Well,
now you're getting a little too deep.
Yeah, well,
that's not for this video.
How is it that, in just a few short months, they've already created a vaccine?
They haven't yet.
Yes, they have.
Oh, well. Yeah, that's right. They're testing it.
Yep. The vaccine is there. It's ready. Other than testing. But
I ain't gonna be no guinea pig.
Even still, we've had the flu and we've had the AIDS virus and all these other viruses for years.
Now, look, I would ask you guys, please, nobody's done it, and I'm not accusing anyone, but please don't mention the H-word medication that has been censored lately.
Yeah.
But when have you ever seen doctors not treating patients until they're hospitalized? And then yelling about the hospitals being full.
I saw an article today from a local hospital, a local to us hospital, that said they were not giving certain medications.
Really?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You knew that? You knew that was... I didn't know.
Well, anyway, one of our local hospitals that basically said that they're not giving certain medications because they were warned by the FDA.
My stream is being messed with. What do you mean?
They were warned by the FDA that doctors would lose their licensing if they were giving out some of these medications. The hospital put that out as a statement. Since when does the government have control over what a doctor prescribes?
There's a patent since 2006 and 2010 for vaccines. The sound is cutting out when we go to say things. Buffering. Imagine that.
We had trouble last week, though.
Well, I checked the signal before we started, and it was strong.
Personally, I believe most diseases have a cure or treatment, but the government wants the money that comes from the progression, right?
All right, so look, we're getting way too much into present stuff, and that is not where I wanted to go.
It's going in and out, but you're good. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna get back to my list, because y'all gonna get me going. Anyway, all right. So next on the list,
Reconnect. Oh. No.
okay, so y'all, can y'all see us now? It took her, because you. Oh, that's funny. Okay, guys, so let's get off of the present day topics.
Yeah.
And back to the list, because that could be what's happening. All right, so next on the list is Operation Northwoods. In 1962, the U.S. military intelligence planned terrorist attacks on its own country with the intent of blaming the Cuban government to justify a war against Cuba. Then President John F. Kennedy rejected the plan, and it was forgotten until the 1990s when it was exposed during an investigation into Kennedy's assassination.
Sorry, I kind of lost track of that because Sean said let's put a foil hat on Amy and see if that helps.
It might help.
You're not wasting my foil.
Ah, that's what you're worried about?
That stuff's expensive.
Okay. The chat stopped moving. Okay, there we go.
Scroll up for my tips. Yeah, I saw that. Instead of, look, right here.
the government.
I bet you got lots of foil.
Rebel Canners,
Y'all can't
welcome.
be taking my foil.
All right, next on the list here is the NSA files. In 2013, Edward Snowden revealed that the NSA was spying on U.S.
Don't we have
citizens.
enough tinfoil hats in this chat
The
anyway?
director of National Intelligence, James Clapper, lied under oath, denying the allegations. Snowden has been labeled a fugitive and is seeking asylum in Russia. That one's recent enough. I think we all know about that one. There's still more. Now remember, these are conspiracy theories that have been proven true. That's what we're talking about tonight. The next one I have on my list is COINTELPRO. March 8th, 1971, peace activists broke into an FBI office, stealing hundreds of documents proving their suspicions of the FBI infiltrating the anti-war movement.
John said they used the extra number 10 cans for mind control prevention helmets.
I don't know if that's big enough to fit over this noggin.
Sean said I put aluminum foil in a friend's bologna sandwich one time. Oh my goodness.
What are we doing? We still got people here. That's good.
You're not chasing them all.
Yeah, I know, right? All right, we still got a few more to go, guys. And this is
Well, I never.
this is my short list. This is just what I compiled this afternoon. There are more. The next one that I have here is
We're cutting in and out every other word.
Uh-oh. Crap. Should we try getting on the Wi-Fi?
I can try, but it's gonna bump us off. I'm afraid we might have to restart the live. Paperclip?
You're getting ahead of me. Oh, no, actually, I already did that one, Operation Paperclip. Yeah, that was the Nazis after World War II.
It's rough, but not that bad.
Oh, boy. All right, so The next one on the list is contaminated polio vaccines. In 1960, it was discovered that the monkey kidney cells used to make the Salk polio vaccine could cause cancer. Americans were not told about this, and between 1955 and 1963, nearly 100 million children were given this contaminated vaccine. Although the cells were removed from polio vaccines in 1963, scientists around the world continue to identify them in human brain, bone, and lung cancers of children and adults. But I'm just a conspiracy theorist.
North Shore Preparedness said trip to the moon was realized by paperclip.
Mm-hmm.
What about the trip to the moon?
It was made possible by the scientists, the Nazi scientists from Operation Paperclip.
Okay.
Vigilant Guardian. Are you talking about me? Because I'm just trying to share, trying to get people to think. Think for yourself.
Chrissy Beth put, yikes, I was born in 57.
The next one is another syphilis-based one. It's the Guatemala syphilis study. Between 1946, whoa, wait a minute. Before I get into that, polio vaccine, no little round scar. My mom had that, and that was before.
My mama had that.
So we might be, wow. We might have monkey cells.
I was born.
And we're buffering. Bad buff. Oh boy.
Read Dr. Mary's Monkeys.
Yes, buffering. Okay, y'all bear with me for a minute. How'd you do that? You did like a buffering thing. That's cool. Okay, bear with me for a minute. I'm going to try switching my internet provider here. Oh, I can't. Crap. Never mind. I can't do that because I reset my network settings and my Wi-Fi is not in my phone right now. Because it was fine. It was great before I started the live stream.
Well, that was dumb.
Apparently. So are we still buffering?
It's about a doctor in New Orleans in the 1960s.
Well, I mean, we're still got some people here, so fine here for the moment. Okay.
Not buffering, all good.
Okay. A Guatemala syphilis study. Between 1946 and 1948, the U.S. secretly infected 1,500 people with syphilis to test the effectiveness of penicillin. At least 83 people died in the experiments, which had the approval of the Rockefeller Foundation and Johns Hopkins University. The U.S. kept it quiet for 60 years until Professor Susan Reverby uncovered the experiment in 2005. And also, it bears to mention that the Rockefeller Foundation and Johns Hopkins University are claiming that they weren't part of it. Where have we heard John? Don't
Brett,
do it.
it's a conspiracy. When we talked about prepping last Sunday, we got cut off and couldn't sign back in to Louisiana. I didn't know there was a monkey research facility in Covington.
Weird.
I'm gonna look for that
yes,
book.
Kate. Yeah. I forgot about that. There's an aluminum shortage now. On top of all the everything else from 2020, now there's an aluminum shortage too.
Yeah, I heard something about that because so many people are at home and they're drinking more sodas. Well, that's not this here. I think it's Rachel. She's drinking up all the Dr. Pepper in her room. No
No
nickels and
nickel,
no
no
beer
beer can.
cans.
Yeah. All right, so I think we've got one more here. Yeah, look, I've got one more on this list, and this is the big one. This is the big one that, like, I thought was huge, and it really, to me, it correlated to what's happening now. It's up to you whether you make that correlation or not. I'm gonna save this one for last.
Yep, it's Rachel, all the Dr. Pepper.
Operation Mockingbird. In the 1950s, the CIA launched a secret campaign to control the media, recruiting top journalists so they could have the power over the New York Times, CBS, and Newsweek. By 1953, they influenced over 25 newspapers and radio stations and could promote big business, positive U.S. messages, and anti-communist agendas. They even tried to buy every copy of a book critical of the CIA, but decided against it when the publisher revealed that would lead to a second edition being printed. After a number of exposés, the U.S. government officially revealed in 1976 that the CIA had indeed tried to control public opinion using covert propaganda.
Here.
I believe that.
Um,
Lonely Prepper, that's,
don't make me laugh.
I'm sorry, I can't remember.
Murder
It's
hornets,
like right
change
there. I know your
shortages,
name.
foreign seeds, and now we can't get Reynolds wrap. Come on,
Send me an
2020.
email. I'd like to contact, I'd like to be in closer contact with you if you want to.
Yeah, I don't know what to think about the whole coin shortage thing.
Well, okay, I also made a list of the things that we're dealing with nowadays in 2020, just the things that
Yeah,
we've...
well, that one's right here.
And there's probably... Oh, well, okay. I compiled a list, and I'm not going to talk about my feelings on these particular... I'm afraid it's going to get too political. Feel welcome here. But these are the things that we're dealing with in 2020. Feel free to add to this list. Of course, we've got the coronavirus. We've got the protests. We've got the murder hornets, but no murder hornets. So
They're starting.
the exposure of the pedophilia ring, the mask mandates, social media censorship,
Wow.
coin shortage, mysterious seeds from China. And just the other day, at the Chinese consulate in Houston, they were burning documents. I don't know much about that, but that sounded kind of fishy to me.
The last coin shortage was World War II. Yeah, the coin shortage is to force card-only transactions. But see, that's one thing we were discussing today because
I've seen
okay.
lots of people talking about when they insist on paying. I don't know.
Yeah, but we're right in the middle of hurricane season, okay?
Winging it with Irish Colleen. Welcome.
Part of our hurricane preps is to have cash on hand. Because a lot of times when we have a big major storm that comes through, not even a huge storm, sometimes it's,
Anonymous seeds are not only coming from China. I'm sorry.
It might not be a category 4 or 5 storm. It could be just a category 2 or 3. But if it comes through and knocks out a lot of trees and stuff, we're out of power, and the power company could take a couple weeks to get the power back up. Well, without power, stores don't have the availability to run debit cards or credit cards.
Welcome.
So we keep cash on hand because some of the grocery stores will open up with, pen and paper and a calculator to be able to sell some of their stock off before they lose everything because of lack of refrigeration. We had that happen during Hurricane Rita. My dad was working at Market Basket, and my mom went in to help as a cashier because a lot of the cashiers didn't know how to give change back without the machine telling them how to.
The last days will be like the days of Noah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, food shortages, that wasn't on my list. But, oh, I did want to mention on the seeds, in case you haven't seen the mysterious seeds that are coming from China being mailed to people who didn't order them.
Wherever they're coming from.
Yeah, regardless. If you receive seeds that you didn't order, you can either turn those into the authorities or burn them. Don't throw them in the trash, because then they can easily make their way to the landfill, and then they're planted anyway. We don't know what these seeds are. They may be nothing, but we definitely don't want more invasive species here.
Right, but they said could be laced with diseases. They could be different fungi from other places.
Some seeds do very well after burning. Well, that's true too.
Yeah, that's why they're saying turn them into your local ag centers. Because I know LSU Ag Center here in Louisiana is doing some tests trying to figure out what they are.
They're planting some in a controlled environment to try to get.
Yeah, that's what I read.
Yeah. To try to get a handle on what's happening. Could be like kudzu, yeah.
From what I understand, kudzu was brought in from somewhere else.
I'm not surprised. What we call chicken trees is actually a Chinese tallow tree, and it's an invasive species. It wasn't put here maliciously. It was just brought in because it was a pretty tree. And they're so prolific, they took over.
If you do not know the person who gave them to you, turn them in.
Yeah.
I was thought to burn them too, but no, that's not the answer. See, LSU Ag Center is telling everybody to turn them into them because they're going to put them through an incinerator, which return to cinder. Yeah, that would be not a bad idea.
We could put our own invasive or prolific seeds and
mail them back to them.
Put them in there and put return to cinder. Don't do that.
I wouldn't want to handle those mysterious. Yeah, could be afraid they could be contaminated with something, right?
Go look at my Facebook. Okay.
Crabgrass. Yeah, I mean, you have no idea what these things could be. What I don't know.
Well, would you look at that? We got away from the questionable topic, and the signal's fine now.
The seeds are probably the cure for the Rona.
So we had a couple of weeks ago when we did our last prepping discussion on our live stream. Yeah, Genesis chapter 6, right? My chat stopped moving.
Because you forgot to scroll?
No, it just stopped moving here. That's weird.
See, you had to go say something. It was doing fine.
It was doing fine, yeah.
This has nothing compared with what anthrax would be. Yeah. Right?
Okay, so a couple of weeks ago when we did our last prepping topic live stream,
You jinxed it.
y'all asked us to talk about prepping for pets and livestock. So we can discuss that now.
Are you going to open that?
Yes. I was working on that.
Well, I was working on research, but you guys bear with me because between the yard work, the garden, the housework, and the homeschooling, I have been like really stretched. So, what are you doing?
trying to make it to where I can see that in the chat. Nah, that'll work. All right.
Are you channeling your inner Kate? Yeah, I have been trying. I have been trying to channel my inner Kate. That's why I was doing all the canning
Rebel
and stuff.
Canners, have a good night.
Because I knew, like, I wasn't going to have a whole lot of time this week. So last week and this past weekend, I was canning everything I could get my hands on. By the way, the canned okra, guys, we fried some last night. It is really good.
It was so good.
It is very good. So definitely going to be doing more of those. We canned the okra. We canned pork. I canned something else.
We did butter a couple of weeks ago.
Maybe it was the butter I'm thinking of. I like the butter.
We didn't do a video on that one, on the butter.
Another marathon.
Because that was our first time doing it. But Deep South Homestead is the video we watched.
Yep.
To do the canned butter. We did not pressure can the butter. We just melted it, put it in the jars, and hot packed it. Now, that's a Rebel canning technique. That's not food safe. So
right.
do it at your own risk.
No, we did not pressure can the butter. Kate's got 6 pounds of butter to can.
Oh, Mama Z canned some chili. I love good chili.
Yeah, Deep South. Yeah, the canning recipe for the okra came from Deep South. And for those of you that don't want to hot pack it, with the okra, you could raw pack it, bring your brine to a boil, and then water bath it for 10 minutes. You would basically be blanching it in the jar. I don't know what that would do to the level of the slime though in the okra.
Oh.
Because as you're blanching it, it really brings the slime content down. I don't know if it was
3 or 5 years, I'm not sure, but she did tell me in the comment on my Facebook post that if you used salted butter, it makes it gritty. She recommends using the unsalted butter. That's not something that she put in her video, and I didn't know that.
Wait,
we used salted
canned
butter.
Yes, we did. Did we do a video on that?
We didn't do a video on the butter.
Okay, we need to do a video on canning the butter.
Now,
but Deep South has a video on canning the butter.
The Badger Report. Thank you. Since you're new, and there may be other new people.
Never mind.
I want to introduce ourselves. My name is Brett, and this is Amy. And the stuff on the wall, almost everything up here has a story. This right here is this was made by Amy's mom, my mother-in-law. She made it from the wood is from a house that unfortunately had to be torn down. It was a 100-year-old house, so she kept the wood to use as for crafts, or that I don't really call that craft. That's art. She did a great job on that.
She calls it crafts. I call it art.
So that's the story behind that one. She also made this one and this one over here, and then the cross was already there on the wall here, and this was already here when we first started doing our live streams. And then we added this sign right here was made by Daryl from Two Family Homestead. It's routed, embossed, I guess. He made that personally for us. And above that is well, that's something we like to say, and we got it from Hobby Lobby.
And I don't think they can see the
no,
bee.
you can't see the bee.
Yeah, they can.
Can you? Okay, the bronze bee was given to us by Rachel from Garden for Cheap, and Susan from Grow Where You Planted Homestead made this whole what do you call it, presentation right here for us. So anyway.
And I know I need to update the backdrop, but
and we have other stuff throughout the house that many of you probably haven't even seen. A lot of our stuff has stories, either we really liked it, and it has a Christian or a faith-based
Yeah, Kate has three of my
reason to
mom's
have it.
signs too.
Yeah, or like in particular, I don't know if you know what a cypress knee is, but it's those growths that come out of the ground around cypress trees and along the edge of the water or in the water. Back before it was illegal to harvest those, one of my grandma's relatives cut one of those and then cut it in half, turned it upside down, hollowed it out, and made some wall sconces to hold flowers. And I have those now. They were in my grandma's living room forever and ever. I have those. And it's just, I mean, different stuff like that.
Okay, who made the t-shirts?
My cousin.
Yeah.
But if you're looking for somebody to make t-shirts,
Send us an email. I'll get you his info.
either him or TJ Miller. I don't know if you're in here, TJ.
Oh, TJ does t-shirts
I
too?
think TJ does t-shirts. I'm not sure. I know he does vinyl.
Okay.
And I'm actually waiting on a package from TJ. He made us something, but I haven't seen it yet. It hasn't
I'm
showed up
still
yet.
waiting for all of our members to send me an email with their addresses so I can send out some
Where are those?
gifts. I'm not putting those out.
Hard-headed. Hey, Howie. And Going Green Mom.
Dang it, been meaning to order another coffee cup. We have more coffee mugs.
Actually, this particular one that I have right here is one of the ones that it kind of smeared a little. So this one is not for sale. This one's mine. But the ones we have for sale are exactly this, but they're not smeared. They're a nice crisp
Miss Patty wants her
printing.
gift. How do I send an email? To our email address.
Our email address is down in the description.
It's thebroussardhomestead@gmail.com.
It's on our About page, and I'm sure I would bet a coffee mug that Kate's about to put it in the chat.
There you have some. So again, I'll start dropping that. Okay. Yeah. I forgot. I didn't know if I told you that.
Oh, Two Family Homestead is making t-shirts. There you go.
There you go. Yeah.
I forgot about that. Oh, never mind. I'm not. Send me an email anyway.
Wait, what?
You sent the super chat.
Thank you, Sean.
Oh, not that Sean. I love you too, Sean, but I was talking about the other Sean. North Shore Preparedness. You sent us that super chat, so you'll get.
Yes,
You need
you're
to send
supposed to
us
send me an
too.
email. Anybody that is a member or has sent in a super chat.
Any size super chat.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
And we'll send you a love offering, a love gift.
That sounds weird.
That does sound weird. Do you know what I mean? All right, so we're way off topic.
Sean, send Sean the address.
Oh, Lord. Stuff on the wall makes me think of Deuteronomy 11:20. You shall write them on the doorposts of your house and on your gates.
Yep.
Nice. I like that. I love offering. Oh, man. What was that?
I don't know. My phone is way over there. So.
Supposed to be talking about prepping with pets and livestock. Make shirts as well as a hobby, but I've made some for several YouTubers. There you go. There's somebody that you can contact as well. All right, so what you have here, let me try to, eyes to see, thank you. Thank you very much. We just got a $24.99 super chat that says, I can't make it $25 for some dumb reason.
Oh my God.
We appreciate it. Email. Yeah, we had it.
Somewhere.
We had to replace the
Yes, I know.
broken jar. Oh, Mama Z sent her email on Facebook. You got that, right?
That's what just
Yeah.
went, yeah.
Oh, okay.
And it sounded like it was right here. Oh, stop. No, seriously, I felt so bad about that. I really did. What?
Sean says, I have a great tip for prepping livestock: kosher salt and cracked black pepper. That's funny.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, man. Thank you, Howie. He says, to get your thumbs up. Thank you.
This is like basic research that I kind of threw together tonight because, guys, this week has been absolutely crazy. So, by all means, please add to this any kind of way that you can. Kate said, "Don't forget the garlic."
Oh, that's the TV. I'm not used to having that TV on. Our niece is here watching TV, so. All right, so far you've got. You want to read or no? Oh.
I did all the work.
So Amy.
Is it behind? Is the video behind maybe? Because I did get up and walk over there.
I don't know. So, Amy says.
Oh,
Amy's.
I bet they're talking about Abby.
Oh, Abby. Yeah.
Yep.
Our daughter is Abby. This is Amy.
Yeah. Abby is babysitting my niece. She is here homeschooling this week for the first time, and my niece is 8. I love her to death. It has been great homeschooling her. Like, she is fantastic. She's eager to learn. It's me relearning 3rd grade math. It's been a little bit of thank you. But you Sean, it's been amazing. Absolutely amazing. She will do. She is learning super quickly. She is excited so fast. So it's been a chore for me. Curriculum right now, and so she's like having to relearn some things because it's been so long since she's been in school. Now we're cutting out and buffering again.
Oh, what the heck?
I don't know. I didn't do it. Public schools kill the joy of learning. Well, Abby does an online public school, and this is year 7, 8, something like that. And she absolutely loves it. My oldest daughter, Katie, graduated from K-12. And we've absolutely loved it. So we're hoping to get her into the K-12 program. She has applied for enrollment, but she hasn't been approved because of all the people that are looking to virtual learning now.
Sean, that's funny. I use the Pythagorean theorem.
Yep, and I looked confused while watching him do it. But so right now I'm just trying to catch her up on everything, and the hardest part is trying to figure out what she knows and what she doesn't so that I can get all that stuff caught up. And so we've been working with Khan Academy, and I'm doing kind of like a progression test and having her do little quizzes here and there to know, okay, she knows this, or no, she doesn't. And Common Core is a booger.
Should we continue talking about schooling then?
Crap.
I'm being serious. Should we continue talking about schooling, or do you guys want to cover the topic of the prepping for animals? really. I want to.
Wait, what?
You were staring at me and didn't comprehend anything.
Common Core is stupid. See, my brain hurts. It's fried from 3rd grade math. I mean,
Whoever keeps giving us a thumbs down, I want to thank you, really, because no, I'm serious.
Becca, when I homeschool. I've heard of that one. Yeah.
Because nothing but thumbs up. I don't think the algorithm takes you seriously.
Prepping for animals and how can possibly eat the animal food yourself if need be.
Well, I don't want to talk about eating pets.
No, but I
good
did.
Lord,
Well,
if it comes to that, how many bags of feed do I need for 3 chickens? How long does it last? A good question. I don't know. For only 3 chickens, are you talking
a
about
bag
a
will
25?
probably last you. Oh Lord,
A 50-pound bag is probably gonna.
a couple
They're
months.
probably not going to eat it fast enough, depending on how you store it.
Right, and that's the thing. You have to have the available space to store the feed long term, to where it's not going to get any moisture in it, because feed will mold just as well as like our food does.
Like grain meant for chickens that is human edible. Honestly, I'm not wise enough. I haven't looked into that, but someone else here in the chat may have. I
Makes bread out of chicken feed.
Yeah, like you can grind the corn. See, it's what I've heard. Don't hold me to this.
Corn is corn.
Field corn.
Yeah.
Is
It's
feed corn.
okay. Yeah,
So
but
it's
you do
that's
understand.
what's ground into grits, cornmeal, corn flour.
Right. It's food grade corn. It's not sweet like the sweet corn that you get off the corn on the cob that we grow to eat.
Right. It's field corn or dent corn is the names of it.
Right. It tastes like crap, so they feed it to the animals instead.
I heard all corn is GMO except popcorn. I don't know that.
And see, I've heard that there's only
A lot of bulk
a
seed
few
is edible.
varieties of GMO seeds.
See, I'm learning from y'all now.
I don't know.
Because I don't have the personal experience to be able to tell
I'm
you.
reading
for
about
sure.
chickens now. From what I've seen, the grains needed are the same as the ones we eat. Yeah.
50-pound egg lasts about 5 to 6 weeks for us. Only 5 chickens. That's what Winging It with Irish Colleen says.
Okay. See, a 50-pound bag for us lasts us about 3 to 4 weeks, but we have
We stretch it with corn.
right.
We do a 16% layer pellet with
And
cracked
corn, but
half and half.
how many chickens do we have out there? I think there's 18.
Around 20.
Yeah, close to 20. So, but they forage and stuff a lot too. And when we build the chicken tractor, they're gonna go in there after the meat chickens are done.
Oh yeah, they have a good size run.
It's
don't
30 by
remember.
40, I believe.
Roughly.
Yeah. They use field corn because it's cheaper to grow and higher yields per acre. Yeah, and it just, I don't know.
They spill a lot. Well, it depends on how your coop is set up. The way ours is, if it falls out on the ground, they just forage it off the ground, which is no big deal.
Yeah, we supplement with scraps. Everything from our kitchen, just about is reused somewhere. No, the stuff that can't go to the chickens goes to the compost. We have a paper trash can, so we burn all of our paper products.
We live out in the country. We can do that. Not everybody can.
Right. We buy very little packaged
Is there anything chickens
foods
can't
now.
eat? Citrus,
Onions.
onions.
They can, but they won't. The same with the citrus. It's not that they can't have it. I don't think they will eat it. No, they'll scratch it in and compost it because I've put a few things out there before.
Your brother won't
Meat.
let his chickens eat meat. Chickens are omnivores.
Okay, meat products are a problem if you feed in the evening.
Oh,
Avocado is bad. There you go. I knew there was another thing. Thank you, Kate. Meat is a problem putting it in the chicken yard in the evening because if they don't eat it fast enough, the smell attracts other predators, which is bad for your chickens. So,
that's a good tip, Badger Report.
if you put it out there in the morning early enough and it's in small amounts, it won't hurt anything. I've fed our chickens chicken. I know that it's horrible. But chickens eat their own eggs. So, I mean.
You know, last night I fried some chicken. I did some chicken nuggets.
So mean.
And if you think about it, you chop up a chicken and you dip it in its unborn and then fry it.
Then you bread it and then
so
you fry
wrong.
it. But yeah. It says go to your local grocery store and ask if they have vegetable scraps. Sometimes they'll give them to you by the 50-pound bag. Around here they give them to you in boxes, and a lot of times it's not scraps, it's actual produce that they call it bad, and I end up keeping most of it instead of feeding it to the chickens, and it takes me days to can it or process it or dehydrate it or whatever.
Yep, Sean's store gives scraps from the produce department, major chain.
Yeah.
Not all major chains will. I know Walmart in our area for sure has rules against it because
somebody got sick.
They're afraid of the liability because it's not meant for human consumption when it's given away like that.
That's because somebody got sick and sued them.
I was trying to use big words.
Brett, you're making a good argument for vegetarianism. No, I cannot be a vegetarian. I cannot be a vegan. I wasn't made that way. I like pork. I like ground beef. I like a beef steak every once in a while. Shrimp.
Bacon.
Bacon. Ugh. Albertson Company, and so does Kroger, yeah.
That's a good time for a dad joke. Just real quick.
Mama Z, I love meat. Right? I can't do tofu and veggie burgers. If I want veggies on a burger, then I'm going to put veggies on my meat patty burger.
I saw this dad joke today. It said, tree houses are like the ultimate insult. It's like, here, I killed your friend, hold it.
Wow. That was bad. That was really bad. Oh.
But oh man.
Wow.
The badger
Patty's-
report. I know
Patty's
you're new
groaning.
here. That's one thing.
Okay,
that
you're supposed to be reading about animals, and you haven't done the first thing.
Why is it only me? It's my fault. It's my fault.
Because your dumb dad jokes are taking.
Are you going to evacuate? That's on the list. That's something to consider though. If you
These are
for
just
your
talking points. You don't
for
have
your
to read them
emergency
exactly.
plan, do you need to evacuate? And I think what we really have in mind when we say that is, especially here on the Gulf Coast,
I was thinking hurricanes.
we mainly prep for hurricanes. So
Well, mainly because there's one threatening Florida right now.
Yeah.
And there was one last week that hit.
So if you're new and you don't know,
South
we are
Texas.
in Southwest Louisiana. We're only about 30 miles inland. So
Yep. So when they hit here, it hurts.
every year in the summertime, we are watching the Gulf. It hit Corpus. Yeah, that.
Yeah,
wasn't
see,
snake.
Patty has fires that would cause her to evacuate.
Right,
If
right.
I didn't think about fires, but yeah, it hit Corpus. Was it Corpus? Yeah.
Yeah. Safe in Austin. Okay.
But yeah, that's pretty far north.
Yeah. So anyway, that's something to take into consideration. Are you going to evacuate? And if so, are you taking your pets with you? More than likely, if it's a pet, you're going to try to take it with you, right?
It says, are you taking your animals with you?
Are you taking your animals with you? That's the next talking point. So here we are. So, like, if you have livestock, it's not likely that you're going to take those with you.
It depends. In Patty's situation, you would want to.
You would
Because
need
if not,
to.
you would come
Yeah.
back to barbecue whatever.
See, with us,
It would be pre-grilled.
all we have,
That's just me.
all we have is
Oh, I made myself
what do we have right?
way too many. 5 too many. So
Yeah,
we should have 8 and we have 13.
I forget.
Wait, we have 5 extra. So yeah, 13. See? Third degree math.
We have some rabbits. It doesn't matter exactly how many we have. We have some rabbits, and we have chickens.
I'm freaking tired. My brain
The
hurts.
the beehives get strapped down. If we were for a hurricane.
Yeah, I'm not taking those with me.
No, you don't want to take.
That would hurt.
The hives get strapped down, and we just hope for the best. They're in an area. They're elevated off the ground by about probably
A cinder
16
block.
inches, ish, pretty close. So
cinder
it's
blocks.
not likely that they're going to flood. And they get strapped with a ratchet strap. So try to protect against the winds.
And we have T-posts holding them. The ratchet straps, which are into the ground, so
Right.
they're not going anywhere.
Where will you stay? So you would want if you're getting a hotel room and you have pets, you want to make sure that hotel is pet friendly.
That the rabbit I got in my backyard, little furry dude ate all my beans and peas.
Oh no.
Do what my dad did, just eat him. Then he found out it was the neighbor's pet. Oops.
If you're evacuating and staying with a friend, you need to make sure that they know and they're okay with your pets. Of course, well, we're going to get to that. Oh, that's a good idea. I didn't think of that. Locate a vet in the area of where you will go. If you're going to be there for a while, yeah, sure. You're going to need a...
Well, depending on what you're bringing. If you're evacuating with goats and things like that, those animals can get stressed to the point of they're going to need medication of some kind or an emergency situation.
Night, Patty.
You know, things like that. You can still eat it, Sean. That's what you call rabbit nuggets. If you're bringing rabbits or chickens, I don't know that you would bring a chicken to the vet or even a rabbit. Just
Well, and some people just may think differently than we do, and that's okay.
well,
but
some people have rabbits for pets, so
us-
it's possible, you know. If you're not going to go though, then you need to have things in place. If it's a pet, bring it to a vet's office or something like that. If they're even open. Like around here, everybody evacuates. If we have a mandatory evacuation, if you're leaving your pets behind, you're not leaving them at a like border.
Right.
Cause they gonna be gone too. So,
So, what Amy has down here is if you leave if your animals are staying behind, and again, this is like for us, the mindset is hurricane. So, you want them to have a safe structure with wind and rain protection, an automatic feeder and waterer, plenty of food and water, Plenty of dry bedding to keep them warm and dry. These are things that they should have anyway, but the automatic food and water really
Right.
is the addition here. And medical supplies available when you return in case they have any injuries from the hurricane in our case. And photo, that's a good one. Photos of animals and medical records.
The reason they do that is because in hurricane situations here, sometimes your animals can get displaced. If a fence comes down,
if it's a large animal and
your goats get loose, or your horse gets loose, cattle get loose, you take photos of you with your animals, and that shows proof of ownership.
Right. That's a good idea.
Take photos of your animal's medical records and things like that to bring with you, because if you can't, for whatever reason, bring the paperwork with you or whatever, you have them saved on a CD, on a flash drive, on a something, to where you have those vet documents with you, or selfies.
North Shore Preparedness makes a good point. If you need to leave them permanently, it's more humane. Open the gates for your animals to let them come and go as they please. Otherwise, they may be, if they're in a confined area, they may starve, and we don't want that.
Well, not only that, but they could get stuck in a situation where
hey, Grammy Karen,
they can't get out to get water, to get food, or if a fire is coming, you want them to be able to run,
right,
to get away from it.
Okay, so now you have...
Well, things I read that I never really considered is pets, a lot of times you're going to take them with you. You're talking dog and cat.
Mm-hmm.
If you're evacuating, you're not going to leave cats and dogs in your house and just leave for an unknown amount of time. More than likely, they're going to go with you. So make sure you have a pet carrier for each of your animals, or if they can ride together, that's cool, whatever. The most important thing is practice your emergency plan. Make sure that your pet is going to get into that carrier and not kill itself trying to get out of it. Because we've had, my sister-in-law's dog ate a kennel.
Yeah, getting them familiar with the carrier ahead of time.
Right.
You don't want them, they're already stressed. They know that, they can feel that.
And they're going to be out of their element.
First time, that's super stressful.
Right. So it can cause them to harm themselves by accident. Make sure your animal has a leash, a harness or a collar, and if it's a dog, put it on a leash.
Has anyone tried to move chickens across country? No, we haven't.
No, but you could put those things in the back of a truck. Just stop every once in a while and give them some water. They'll be good. Water and a little bit of food. Clean out your truck when you get there. One of the biggest things with pets, make sure their tag info, make sure on their harness or collar or whatever, they have a tag or they're microchipped. And make sure their tag is up to date. Don't have a tag from when they were little and you lived like 50 miles away at a different address.
Right.
Because if they get away from you, make sure your contact information is on their tags correctly, so that whoever finds your animal can get it back to you safely. Medication and vaccination records is important, because if you stay at a hotel or anything like that, a lot of times they'll ask you for vaccination records. Some places will, some places won't.
And then litter box and litter for a cat. And sanitary bags for dogs.
Put poop bags.
Yeah.
And the reason I put that, though, is most people don't think of that don't travel with their dogs a lot.
Right.
Be respectful of other people. I wouldn't want somebody else's dog coming and taking care of their business in my front yard.
Night pathways.
So I'm not going to allow my dog to do it to somebody else, or a hotel, or anything like that. Pick up after them. they're gonna have to go.
Yeah.
We need to do an extended video on the different supplies for chickens and stuff, I guess.
We do.
Which we're going to be doing that when we get the meat chickens anyway in a couple weeks. We're going to be videoing all that process. So we'll be getting, we just got an Etsy order.
Oh. All right, cool.
Hey, Ray.
Ray.
Welcome. Next week, we're supposed to be getting in 85 meat chickens. 20 belong to Rachel at Garden, 25 belong to Rachel at Garden for Cheap. 25 belong to Kate from Inside Kate's Kitchen. And another 25 are for us. And I got 10 extra just to cover some of our losses because, you know, they're baby chickens. Things happen. We're hoping not to lose any, but, you know, sometimes it happens. We're in the process of building a chicken tractor. And we're going to be videoing that process and videoing getting the chickens, you know, because I've never gotten chickens in the mail before. That is cool.
Yeah.
That is cool.
Yeah. I've always.
Did you talk to the post lady about that?
Yeah, I told her to. She told me that because she's such a small office, she doesn't know if they're going to come here or go to the highway.
Oh.
So I don't know. But I told her if they do show up with her, then
Just, yeah.
we'll make sure and go get them right away.
Right. Well, either way, you know, but I would rather they go here because anyway, that's a whole nother ballgame.
Oh.
But we are building an awesome chicken tractor, and Brett's design is something I've never seen before.
It's totally different from anything that we found online because we didn't like any of those.
He came up with this design, and I think it's gonna make it like
super simple.
It's
Doesn't cost much.
It's a whole nother ball game to this thing. So I'm excited to see it in motion, like see it happening. Some of it is laying in my backyard.
We've started on it. Yeah.
We have started on it. We are filming on it. We're going to be doing videos of the meat chickens themselves and of the chicken tractor build too. There's a lot of little beaks to dip in the water. Yeah.
I'm going to go ahead and ask if anybody has any prayer requests because we're going to go ahead and wind down here shortly.
Yeah. Well, I'm already getting prayer requests.
Well, I know we have quite a few on the list already, but just last call, I guess.
Last call. Mm-hmm. I'm excited about the chickens, and I think Rayleigh's excited about the chickens. Because she's going to be here to help feed them and take care of them and all that kinds of stuff. She loves baby chickens. She loves baby anything, so. For prayer list.
Oh, never mind. We have your mailing address. But thank you again for the super chat.
Actually, yeah, it wouldn't hurt to go ahead and send me your address again just to make sure I can't find it.
Yeah.
It won't hurt anything.
If I remember right, Istacy is Tori. See.
I'm just gonna put your name on there, and I'll know what it's for.
Yep, I'm right. Sometimes I get them, sometimes I don't.
Did you read it? Prayer request to get us out of this godforsaken state
faster
than planned.
You're in that state. Yeah. Prayers for you for sure. Well, it's been a fun live stream, y'all. Good conversation as always.
Why did I put that?
Smitty.
Wow.
Thank you, Sean.
I'm gonna have to buy him a tinfoil hat.
What's next week's live going to be about? I'm not even sure yet.
You guys tell us. What do you want to learn about?
Do you want to?
What do you want us to talk about?
I will. Yeah. I should be home next week. Should be, unless I'm forced to work overtime. Every third week, I'm not home.
Yep, so it's boring.
That's how my schedule falls. I mean, right now, this is the week that I'm on my week off, so we get to go later.
Dehydrated eggs.
Oh, on a live stream? Maybe we can do that in that.
These are pretty easy. Add water. And yeah, I ran my dehydrator with eggs. That was the other thing I tried.
Oh,
it was eggs.
You were saying canned. That's why I didn't think of it.
Just add water and you can use it like scrambled eggs. They're a little bit on the grainy side compared to...
The texture is a little different, but the taste is the same.
Yeah, the texture is slightly different.
It's a lot like McDonald's eggs.
Because they use powdered eggs. Yeah, you can use them to bake with. And I also use them as an additive to the dog food, which I need to do a dog food video.
You got Lonely Preppers prayer request. His son is a corrections officer. Yeah, you can actually reconstitute some of the egg powder. There's a, I'm sorry, the cat, I got distracted because the cat's eating her box. Also getting quiche, I bet so. Reconstitute the egg and use it in recipes. Did we talk about that already? Am I behind the times?
I don't know.
Behind the curve. Because Eyes to See says we'll use to bake with, so that's why.
Add cheese and it won't be grainy. Smart.
Nice.
That's smart. I only reconstituted that one just to try it, but I use it a lot in the dog food. And I am going to do a dog food video. We make our own dog food. I do a 1/4 cup boiling water and a tablespoon. Oh, that's a lot of water.
I thought it was one. Don't you do 1 tablespoon egg, 2 tablespoons of water? Or is that not right?
I don't remember. It's written on the side of the jar, though.
I'll grab it real quick.
2 tablespoons powder.
Well, that makes sense because a 1/4 cup is 4 tablespoons.
Yeah. So that's the same. It's the same. I didn't use boiling water, though. Maybe I should have.
Oh, no, not quite. What we've got on here is 2 tablespoons of egg powder and 2 tablespoons plus 2 teaspoons of cold water. That's what you've got here.
It says cold water, but I think
cold water.
Yeah, hot water.
I bet hot water would be better. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it came out fine. Use boiling because it rehydrates quickly. Yeah.
Well, I tell you this: anything that Kate says about anything to do in the kitchen, I trust that.
Right. How long are the dehydrated eggs good for? I've got some I forgot about.
What's up, Jeremy?
As long as they have a moisture pack, and I vacuum pack mine into the jars.
Yeah.
That one's not vacuum packed. That's the one I use that of. But I don't know that they're gonna be bad. But
that's dehydrated eggs that we did. And,
yeah, boiling water would help it dissolve. I got you, Rachel.
If you give me a second, I'll look up the.
I want to say it was a year, but.
I'll look up the video and put the link.
There you go. Yes, we did make a video on it, and he's about to post the link for it. 2 tablespoons of powder is what Kate uses. Okay. I'm going to try it that way, Kate, because I think it would be. I went off of a recipe that I found online, but I'm really liking this because you dry them, and then I put them in a bag and I put them in the freezer for about 30 minutes.
That's the egg video, the link to the egg video in the chat.
It makes sure that they're completely dry, because if there's any kind of moisture in it, you'll see the ice crystals form. and you know you need to put it back in your dehydrator for a little while.
If I think in the description on that egg video.
No, I know what she's talking about. It's not available on Amazon.
Oh.
There are so many things that are out right now on Amazon.
Right.
Like the Castile soap. I cannot get Castile soap right now.
We had to get
which is a bummer.
Yeah, we had to get off-brand at Walmart.
Yeah. I normally use the Dr. Bronner's Castile soap, lavender scented.
You know what I love about Dr. Bronner's? Not only the product, but the labeling.
Mm-hmm.
Because the entire label is fine print scripture.
Yeah.
I love it.
Walmart doesn't have it either. I did find they have an Equate brand of Castile soap with the lavender. We found a couple of those, but they're getting harder and harder to find too. So there's a lot of things that right now that are very, very difficult to find.
Still can't find flour, yeast, cleaning products, and paper towels. Wow. We haven't had to look for yeast or flour.
I have
We're
2
still
blocks of yeast in the freezer.
I did get
Cleaning
into one
products.
of those.
I'm working on a video. I'm gonna work on a video on the cleaning products. I don't use cleaning products. I don't buy Lysol. I don't buy bleach. I don't buy any of that stuff.
Hey, Patty.
I use my own
Make a
homemade.
list of the items you can't find. I'll check here. Oh, okay.
I use my own homemade cleaners and things like that. So
We are getting a little lower on flour. I got into that bag, so we have less than 20 pounds now.
okay, so I don't need to put flour on there.
Unless we have some in a bucket that I don't know, that I don't realize.
I don't think so.
Oh, that's another video that I'm going to be doing soon is the buckets.
Wide mouth jars are for my meats. I've been putting meat in any jar I can find.
2 packs of pint jars. You found those? Cool.
Yeah.
Those are hard to find.
Castile soap, vinegar, and peroxide. Peroxide, I found a couple of bottles at Walmart the other day. Oh, okay. I say the other day. It was probably a couple weeks ago. It was several weeks ago when we went. So I picked some of that up. I haven't looked for vinegar because I buy that in bulk at Sam's, and I had like a lot. Castile soap is almost impossible. Almost impossible.
A gallon of 35% peroxide. What's the standard peroxide percentage? I want to say it's low. So if it's
Wow.
lower than 35, which I think it is, the
I'm pretty
standard
sure it
one,
is.
then that's like concentrated. So you
Yeah.
really have more than a gallon of peroxide.
Right. The alcohol, like rubbing alcohol. Yeah, this is concentrated. The rubbing alcohol is almost impossible to find.
Yeah, it's concentrated.
I noticed witch hazel too is hard to find right now because people are using it to make sanitizer, which I understand it, but I really don't need gallons and gallons of sanitizer. We don't use it that much.
This is Lily. I just heard Angel.
She's sleeping. She's dreaming.
She's dreaming and she's whining in her sleep.
She'll be barking in a minute. She didn't get hurt. Wait, what? Use alcohol all the time. I'm almost out.
No,
I use a lot of rubbing alcohol because I use it as a disinfectant. I spray our bed sheets like once a week. It's great in place of Lysol because it's a disinfectant and it dries really stupid quickly. And you can use it on your microfiber furniture and it doesn't leave watermarks. Hey, you can send me some of that, Sean.
No, I don't think you can.
I bet you could.
I bet it wouldn't go through customs.
I bet it would. Put it in a vacuum seal
Just trying to
bag.
get you arrested.
Don't put it in a jar. Put it in a vacuum seal bag.
All right, so
Yep, I know. We're going to have to wrap it up.
thank you all for. Oh, there we are. Okay, then. Well, let me say goodnight and God bless you before we get cut off again. So, all right, thank y'all. Have a great night.
Thanks for coming, everybody. We'll see you next week.